Hi, comrades. I'm LJ Jarvis from the Warhammer podcast. Welcome to this new episode. So, for some quick updates, I'm no longer doing my Space Marine voice for normal Warhammer discussion videos. Even though it's fun, pretending to be a narcissistic Space Marine on a podcast, I think it's distracting or pulling away from what Warhammer Discussions was about. A podcast about me discussing with you guys about Warhammer and my views on it. So I'm going to keep the Space Marine voice only for lore videos and Let's Read Warhammer stuff videos when the voice is needed. So with that out of the way, let's get to this episode. So if you remember, a while back ago, I made a video about my worst game experience. That game was a little tamed as, I was just complaining about my first and probably awkward game of Warhammer, but last weekend I actually really had a bad time playing this game. I had no enjoyment playing with this one person, which I'll talk to you about. And so context, last weekend the Games Workshop store that I go to was celebrating its 3rd anniversary. So they did a special event where players can come over and do like a Mad Max sort of racing game with Warhammer characters. And so there was stuff like chips all around. It was really packed by a certain amount of stuff. You can get like custom drawings and all that. It was really cool. But this one game I was playing was called Invasion, where supposedly Warhammer 40k and Age of Sigmar were colliding with each other, and that the forces of chaos will be invading the armies of both the Imperium and the Grand Alliance of Age of Sigmar. So imagine like a crossover event of the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy fighting Thanos. Imagine something like that. So I was on the side of the Imperium, of course. I had my Commander Farsight. One guy had a Space Wolf, who I forgot his first name was, the name of the character, but I know this was Stormcaller of the Space Wolves, a Psyker. And another player had a Blood Raven Psyker too. And the other side was a dad with a Death Guard army and his son. And his son is the person I'll be talking to about. Now, I think this kid could have been like grade 5. I'm not too sure, but I played a game with the dad and his son before. So it wasn't the first time, but today was really something. So anyways, we were playing the game. It was okay. At first, we were making a plan to get to the other side of the board and destroy the gates, a portal that was allowing the Chaos Forces to invade the combined worlds. During the whole game, and I'm seriously, during the whole game, the kid would not shut up. He was really rude to his dad, he was rude to the employees, and he was shouting almost all of his stuff that he was doing. And this war was pretty loud, but I think people from across the room could hear him. And I wanted to really shout, "Shut up, kid." But, of course, I kept my manners and kept my patience, of course. But I just couldn't find joy in it. He was being so rude to almost everyone. And when I was rolling a dice to make a hit roll against a Death Guard model, he made he not shouted, but he disturbed me that when I rolled the dice, it rolled on a 1. And that really pissed me off. And so when I was making another dice roll, I specifically told him, "Do not distract me." Like, I think people were telling I was losing my patience really quickly. And it got to the point where I just couldn't take it anymore and decided to leave early. I didn't stop in the middle of the game. We were almost quite done because the game was going for an hour, and it was obvious that the one side was winning, of course. So it would have been done by the next 2 turns or something. And I felt bad for the dad because he looked like he was really struggling to keep his temper too. Because, I'm going to give this kid a nickname. Let's call him Ryan. Think of him as the one kid that you always meet at an airport or at a restaurant who would not shut up. And you want to say something, but you just don't out of politeness, I don't know what was happening to this kid. Maybe he was really getting bored, or he really wanted things to go his way, and the game wasn't. So, I don't know. But that almost ruined what could have been a great day for me. At least I had better game days, How about you guys? Did you have a game experience such as mine, or were you lucky enough not to face it? And if you did have a bad game experience, what's the story? Let me know in the comments. And give this video a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and I'll see you again soon.